All right. Right. Welcome to the Bread and Hope Show. I think I got straight hope. I got you're gonna have to get the boards, man.
To start the music.
Yeah, I got funky fingers right now. So you got
okay.
got too much going on.
No, hold on.
Yeah. It's all good. So I want to welcome everybody to the Bread and Hope Show. Glad to have you here. We're in for another one tonight. Got a lot to talk about, a lot going on in the sports world, a lot going on right now. What's going on with Jehovah?
Man, hey man, just ready to start my vacation, man. But hey, I'm already on vacation.
Yeah. Sounds like it. I can hear the ice cube in the background.
Yeah, my wife and I, we said, well, I said we're gonna start vacation a day early. She said, no, let's start 2 days early.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, then. Let me go ahead and put some on the rocks.
Put something on the rocks. That's it. Yes,
So
sir.
I bought her a bottle of Bailey's, and
yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, sir. That's what I'm talking about. So y'all get ready to get on out of here, man. That's good stuff, man.
Yeah, man. I hope.
Get up out of here,
man. Yeah, I hope everything stays all right, man. With this damn, there's a tropical.
That's right.
Storm in the damn Caribbean right now.
Oh man, that part.
But from what they're saying, it looks like it's the path of it looks like it's headed toward the Dominican.
Ooh.
We're going to the Bahamas.
Yeah. Ooh, man. Well, good luck on that, man. I've been seeing some pictures, but that sometimes the ships have a way of kind of
rerouting.
Rerouting and setting the course outside of the storm, and if need be, they'll probably just change the destination because they don't want people to, people to spend good money. They don't want you to spend your entire vacation wet in the rain. So a lot of time they'll try to get you somewhere, but depending on how big that storm is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, right now it's
yeah.
It's just in the Caribbean.
Yes, sir. It's just sitting there. It's just sitting there. So let's get on man.
Let's get on into it though. Yeah.
We got a lot going on. We got World Series talk, NBA season starting this week. Got some Hawks news. They playing right now. Looking like a pastry shop with all them apple turnovers they got. So we want to talk about a little bit about some parity in college football. We're going to talk a lot of college football the week past, the week coming up. Definitely, we're going to talk about the Falcons and the Bulldogs and what's going on there. Sometimes when you get bullied, that's what it is. Sometimes it ain't the X's and O's. Sometimes you just got knocked out. Got Devo. So, look, man, I want to welcome everybody to the Bread and Hope Show. We are here every Wednesday evening from 9 to 10 p.m. We are based in Atlanta, Georgia. We talk about sports, primarily in the state of Georgia, in and around Atlanta, but wherever you are from, feel free to be part of the show and let us know what's going on in your neck of the woods and speak on it. Hope, what you got?
Yeah, man, I just want to thank the listeners and new listeners for tuning in tonight. We got an action-packed show, like you said, and want to give a shout out to the Enhanced Sports Show. Lou will be joining us later on in the show, and shout out to the old school Sticking Sensation, Dirty Bird Nation, And let's see who else I'm missing. uh, where are the notes?
Yeah,
There we
we got
go.
the Falcons
Yeah,
first
the
team.
schools, old school, Atlanta old
Yeah,
school drummers.
yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
Falcons 1st and 10. But yeah, man. Also, the listener can check out. They can check out the website www.sportsandbrews.com where we have real live sports content as well as beer content. And also check out the Braden Nova Show Facebook group. If you like what you see and like our content, hit us up and we'll take care of you. And on that note, man, let's go ahead and get on into it.
Let's get it, man. Around the room, man. We got a World Series. Don't know if you're watching. People in the Atlanta area, we Braves fans, and so if Braves ain't playing, we ain't watching. So, so that's kind of what's going on here, man. Got bad memories about the Blue Jays. So we got the World Series, Dodgers, no surprise versus the Blue Jays. Look, man, when you buy a team, that's the expectations are high. So you buy that's baseball. To me, man, I'm almost like, well, baseball should be separated in the pro and the big leagues. It's like, okay, the top 12 spending teams, y'all get a league and you get your championship right there. You guys spending the same amount of money than everybody else. You go ahead and do your thing. Because, certainly, man, that was the big thing about Seattle. I know a lot of people were kind of pulling for Seattle, um, small team and, the market and all that kind of stuff. But they didn't make it. Toronto found a way to get it done. Good luck with viewership on this one. Maybe they get the LA market. Maybe that's pretty big for them. But up in
Yeah.
Toronto, man, I mean, they watch the hockey now. So it's just my 2 cents, man. Not trying to rant hope.
Yeah, yeah, I feel you. I feel you.
Um, NBA season starts this week, man. Hawks are playing right now. We're not looking too good. Like I said, man, we got apple turnovers. It's just like a pastry shop downtown, man. So, but I get it, man. They only had about 4 or 5 games in preseason. It's a whole lot of time, especially teams like the Hawks. A lot of new faces, and you have Jalen Johnson that's back off of injury. Spent most of the
Mhm.
season out last year, and so he's fresh. He's back. So you're trying to work him in to a team dominated by Trey and kind of runs it. You got Crispus Porzingis here. Everybody's excited to have him in the lineup. And we got a couple of other guys that we're trying to gel in also. Um, uh, Congratulations to Dyson Daniels. He signed with us. He signed $100,000 contract. I mean, 100 million for 100 million bucks extension for the next 4 years. And so, congratulations to him. He's our toughest, strongest defensive player for the Hawks. So, congratulations to him. So, I think we got a lot of good players and good things. Okongwu, he's coming off the bench. I think that's good. And then I think tonight I saw them play at the same time with Porzingis. So when you say you're going big, you're really going big. And then they scooted Jalen back to the 3 position. So once they gel together, which they will, and stay healthy, I think the Hawks is going to be a problem.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I mean, you know, they seem to have a pretty good lineup. Definitely, when
Mm-hmm.
you look at it on paper, um, I'm expecting big things for this team this year. I'm hoping that they can, at least make it to the playoffs. And when
Yeah.
I say make it to the playoffs, I don't mean the play-in game. you know,
Right.
Past couple of seasons, the Hawks been having to play in the game and get into it and whatever. But hopefully,
Yeah.
man, I'm really, I'm
Yeah.
really
Right.
hoping we can really position ourselves to where we're not playing a play-in game this season.
Exactly. That's the whole thing. So And I think there's a fair amount of parity in the league now. And talking about parity, and we moving along here. Let's talk about college football just a little while. We're gonna move into the college football segment, and with a lot of parity in the league right now. You're talking about a lot of people. I saw a guy in the gym, and he saw with the bulldog hat and everything, and we just started talking shop. And a lot of people said, well, and Ed brought up the same point too online. He's like, well, this NIL thing has changed the whole game of college football, the whole landscape. And is it good? Is it bad? You having far less dominant teams, good teams, but far less dominant. And in addition to the NIL, you also have uh, the transfer portal on top of that. And so you don't really have a lot of time to develop players like you used to without
Mm.
having them to commit. And so Kirby, for instance, will have a guy too, and for whatever reason, he'll leave the program and go somewhere else. Maybe sometimes the SEC, like bet the SEC is too tough, and you trying to get to the pros. Like, maybe I need to go to a smaller school or a different conference to pad my stats. So, what do you think about that parity in college, Hovind, and all that stuff? Is it actually a good thing, or is it a bad thing? Because it could be bad for people like, let's say, well, I would say Alabama, but Alabama don't seem to be affected by it too much right now. They're not the Alabama of old. They're not dominant, kind of like Georgia. Georgia's winning,
Mm.
but they're not dominant. So what you think about this parity thing, man?
Yeah, man. I think it's good for college football. It's not just you spend a time where you just okay if it's Alabama, Georgia, or Ohio State, maybe even
Mm-hmm.
throw Michigan in there.
Yeah, that
That's
is it.
pretty much it. Even before we went to expanding the playoff system,
Mm-hmm.
um, it really was difficult at that point in time where you damn near needed to go. You had to be pretty much go undefeated in
Yeah,
order to play for a national championship.
yeah,
So, so I think it's great, man. I mean, it gives other college teams a chance to hopefully be able to play for a championship. Um, so I think it's good for college football for the fans,
yeah.
and the NIL thing. I mean, I think that part of it has just made it more difficult for maybe more so for the head coaches.
Mm-hmm.
Simply because you know if you're not um even though you may get a guy in and he's getting NIL money, he's not producing or doing doing his thing to make the team look good. But he's still getting paid.
Yeah,
So he like hell. Whether we win or lose, I'm cutting a check. So
right.
he care less about a championship. So I think it just takes more from the head coach. It makes it more difficult for the head
Mm-hmm.
coach to put together a team that can get a championship.
Yeah.
That's what I think. I do think it does take a little bite in that aspect to where
Mm-hmm.
some some even the best players, they're not playing maybe their full, maybe the best potential they could play because we talk about this, Brad.
Yeah.
They're getting fat on the money
Yeah.
early. I
True.
mean, early
Yeah.
on. You're talking about. I mean, think about it. I use Archie Manning for example.
Yeah.
I mean, I think if I'm not mistaken, I think he's the highest paid NIL guy there,
Yeah.
and you know his play at this point of the season.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just gonna say mediocre at best, right?
Yeah.
Maybe I give him a C plus. He played cupcakes.
Yeah.
He look all world. Played tough competition. You know what time it is. So
Right.
it's mediocre at best. But you look at the side of the money. That's not
Texas got
mediocre. It's the
long
best.
dollars.
Hey, for the NIL money. Hey, it's the
Yeah,
best of the best. As a matter
yeah,
of fact, I just seen one of his commercials not too long ago. So, uh,
yeah, right, exactly.
I mean, so in my
Yeah,
opinion, hey man, I think Archie Manning, even if he plays mediocre at best, he's still gonna get his money regardless.
yeah,
Even
yeah,
if he get to the NFL,
yeah,
just because he's a
yeah,
Manning. But anyway, I'll leave it at
yeah,
that point. But that's my point on it.
yeah. So going back to the parity, let me get situated right. I got situations over here. So, so going back to the parity, check this out, Hover. So to dig deeper in that, just like you talked about Archie Manning, well, Texas survives. They beat Kentucky, but it went to overtime, 16-13.
Yeah,
Louisville upsets Miami, 24-21 last Friday. Okay, Texas A&M, they was in a barn burner against Arkansas. That got tough, so they survived that game, 45-42. Okay, to stay undefeated. Arizona State, they stunned Texas Tech. They were
yeah,
undefeated, 26-22. Vandy and LSU. Vandy, see, again, we talking about this parity thing. Vandy beat LSU 31-24. Look at Georgia
hmm,
Tech. They undefeated still. They're undefeated, so they've had a chance to come up and compete with the way things are now. They 7-0. They beat Duke 27-18. And of
yeah,
course, you know Notre Dame rolled up on USC by 10. And so when you're talking about these things, you're talking about parity in college football. You see it every weekend. And a lot of teams that you see in the top 20, the top 15, top 10, you're not used to seeing. Vandy, Georgia Tech, Texas Tech, really? That's what we're doing. So if you go down to the top 10, obviously, Ohio State's chilling because they got cupcakes all year. That's a
yeah,
different story. You got Indiana, number 2 in the country. How often do that? Texas A&M 3, they're still undefeated for now. Alabama is number 4, Georgia 5. Work their way back up in the top 5. Go figure. We're gonna talk about Georgia in a second. Oregon's, they milling around. They're number 6. Georgia Tech, like I said, number 7. Ole Miss is number 8. After a loss to Georgia over the weekend, we're gonna get into that. Miami dropped down to number 9 after that loss to Louisville, which my upset of the week. Y'all remember I called it right here on the Bread and Over show. That was the upset.
yeah.
So and Vanderbilt, they win over LSU. They're round out the top 10. And Notre Dame to creep back up with 2 losses. They got them still making the playoffs, and they got them in at number 12, right after BYU at number 11. So keep your eye out on shenanigans. That's all I'm saying. There are shenanigans, but these are not the CFP rankings. These are just AP rankings. So AP is kind of known for the shenanigans. And so that's all I'm saying with the parity. All depending on who you are, kind of a good thing. Even though it kind of affects some of the big guys, like Michigan maybe, and Clemson, that them found their way out, and they're not taking advantage as much of the portal or the NIL deals as much as everybody else, or as well as everybody else, and so they're finding their way out of the mix. And you look at Bama. Bama's crushing everybody. They beat Tennessee 37-20. They look like a championship caliber team, beating everybody down. They're winning games. I don't know if there's no stopping them. That's fine. They look like they're on their way to an SEC championship. If so, Texas A&M be my guest. Do the dirty work for us. As long as Georgia stays in the top 12, I'm good. We ain't got to get SEC championship, man. I'm good. Call me crazy, man, but that's kind of why I am. Speaking of the dogs, man, we beat Ole Miss 43-25 in a back and forth game, man. I guess we got Steve, man. I want to bring Steve on for this whole. We got Steve in the
Hey, we
room.
might well go
Bring
ahead and
Steve.
bring Lou on
Yeah,
into it too.
yeah. But I want to holler at Steve. What's up, Lou?
What's up, Lou?
Lou's on mute.
Lou's on mute. Yeah.
I
Hey,
got him off mute. What's up, Lou?
Oh, okay, I'm here, guys. Thanks.
Steve.
What's going on?
What's
Man,
up,
what's
Steve?
going on, Steve?
Hey,
Hey,
yes,
thanks for
that
joining the show
NIL.
tonight.
Yes, that
Now, you were saying
NIL
that
changing the game.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Texas Tech is a bit unusual. I think they're a lot better than most people think they are. So I'm not too surprised that they're ranked up, that high like that. But the
Yeah.
biggest surprise this year has got to be Vanderbilt. I mean, I've never seen them like this. I mean, because we usually think of them as a joke, college
Yes.
football. Baseball is one thing, but football, like this is the same team I've been razzing for the last 9 years.
Right.
Am
I
I
mean,
am
but
I in the Twilight Zone or something?
no. Vandy was the team that Georgia or everybody in the SEC was fighting to get them scheduled for your
Now, wait, Georgia Tech is decent, so we
homecoming
can't
game.
really knock them.
I mean, but before Brent Keys got there, Georgia Tech was kind of, meandering. When they were
Yeah, but
fairly
they've had
competitive.
a few off years, but they've been decent. As long as I've been following them, so I can't really
Yeah,
knock them. Vandy,
yeah,
I'm just
yeah,
shocked.
yeah. So I think Brent Keys. If you've been following Brent Keys for the past couple of years,
Yeah,
it shouldn't be a shock in terms of how good or how competitive they are now. He finally got them to, and I think recruiting is again just this parity thing we've been talking about. And you talk about the
yeah,
NIL and Georgia Tech actually paying attention to it and putting some resources there. And you got a good coach that's building this team the right way in the trenches. And he's got him a good quarterback. So he's got a lot to work with right there. Steve, what you got on this parity thing in college, man?
Well, I definitely agree with you guys. NIL is making a difference. These young guys are getting paid, and it's almost, I don't want to say it's making an even playing field, but those that are in it is kind of like the lottery. If you're in it, you're gonna win it at some
yeah,
point. Vanderbilt is surprising people. Clemson, I think they're gonna eventually get off the rock and join the party as well. Georgia Tech's, me being in Georgia, they're looking good as well. I'm actually thinking they may take the Bulldogs out this year. I know I'm saying it on the show, but I'm actually, yeah, like I say, it's kind of shocking, especially Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt is,
Yeah.
um, it was called on a lot of other sports shows about the upset. It was many of them
Mm-hmm.
happening. It did happen.
It happened.
Uh,
It
yeah,
happened.
exactly.
So
Yeah,
And
so
I think a lot of things. I
it,
think also too, getting back to we're going to Vanderbilt. Diego Pavia, man. He's a scrappy quarterback, and a lot. We talked about it on the show. Vanderbilt is actually better than they were last year, as far as they got better players.
yep.
Um, so I'm not too surprised, man. I mean, this team plays with a lot of confidence,
Yeah.
and I think it starts at with the coach and especially that quarterback.
Yeah. You're right. And so technically right now in the SEC, the rankings are as follows. Texas A&M is number one based on their ranking. But they're undefeated all the way through. And their overall record is undefeated. Alabama's number 2 in the SEC, number 4 in the country. They do have one loss to Florida State. Somebody go explain that one. Georgia has moved their way up from number 7 to number 3 in a matter of a week or two. So Georgia, we gonna talk about Georgia. Ole Miss is 4 and Texas is 5, followed by Missouri, Oklahoma, and then Vanderbilt. All tied for like number 5, but this is gonna shake out after they all clash in the coming weeks. So, guys, tell me about this Georgia game against Ole Miss. I mean, same suit. We've seen kind of this thing before of Georgia going down, and there was some back and forth there, and it's like, where's the defense? What's going on here? And it was I don't know, man. I mean, called Georgia resilient, lucky, whatever, but they keep winning these games, and they find ways to win these games, and they're finally beating the spread for a change. Past couple of weeks they've been beating the spread. It doesn't really matter to Kirby, but it's a different ball game. What you guys got on this Georgia Ole Miss game, man? Because Gunner scored more touchdowns than Carson Beck. He scored 5 touchdowns, 4 rushing. What is it? 4 passing, 1 rushing, something like that. And the crowd came up big, man. I thought the 6-man in Georgia, they were wide awake. So shout out to to Sanford Stadium, man, and really making this thing very difficult. I think late in the fourth quarter when things got close, and nobody wanted to lose to Ole Miss twice in a row, at least not at home. And so the crowd let them have it, man. And Lane Kiffin, Lane Kiffin refuses to put enough resources into his defense, into a championship level defense, and it betrayed him when he needed it. And so the defense was being not great, but they came through at the very end. So somebody jump in, Hova, Lou, Steve, somebody jump in. Who saw this Georgia game, man? What y'all got on this Georgia Ole Miss game?
Well, Georgia made their adjustment second half, but I will say Ole Miss punter had clean pants for the first 3 quarters.
It's true.
His pants was clean. No dirt on him. I was like, wow.
Yeah,
Can we get this guy out? Can we get a 3 and out? Something. They were getting points. Yeah, they was looking very dominant. They had lots of confidence, and many teams are, like you say, with the NIL, it's not the same. It's not the bully ball. We can't play bully ball like we did in the past. Alabama used to be the bullies as well, but they seem, there's a few people. Well, Florida State, we'll talk about that, but yeah, it was interesting. But Georgia, like I said, Kirby, he went into the lab and made some adjustments, and all they needed was some few stops. And once they got those stops, they were able to kind of still score because, like you said, they were not able to. Their defense wasn't stopping us. So, and Gunnar Stockton actually he ate his spinach too because he rose to the occasion. This guy's able to run. He's able to pass. He was making those key passes. He made a few misses, but he made up for it. He has that confidence. I like with that moxie that he brings to the table. So we need that. Not sure we're gonna win the championship, but I do like where we stand so far.
Agreed. Lou, what you got on it, bro?
Yeah, I agree with Steve on that one. Yeah. And Georgia, Georgia's a tough one. It's a tough team. They're fighting back from their early season loss. I mean, I know it's going to be enough to get a championship, but they'll hang in for the rest of the season, and they'll make some, positive moves. So Georgia's a tough team there. I wouldn't, ram off completely.
Yeah.
Championship, it's another story though.
Right, exactly. I agree. Over.
Yeah, man, I agree with Lou and Steve, man. I think Georgia took care of business. As far as the championship, I mean, we'll see, but but at the same time, this team is getting the key wins they need to get, and yeah, man, that 6-man Sanford Stadium, man, it came alive, and hey, we love home games. That's all I gotta say.
Ain't that the truth? So and I agree with everything you guys said. So I think Georgia got a bye week coming up, and we always have a bye week before a Florida game. And Billy Napier, they finally canned Billy Napier. There's no surprise that Florida's coach got the boot, and so that's who Georgia's going to be facing in a couple of weeks down in Jacksonville. I hate that game down in Jacksonville, but who can complain? We didn't beat Florida the past, I don't know, 10 games straight, something like that. So I lost count. But the only thing, Florida always plays Georgia tough. It's a rivalry game. It's always close between these teams until Georgia finds a way to kind of pull away late, if then by a couple of plays or string of luck, whatever you want to call it. And but the only thing about it is that when teams fire their coach, for whatever strange reason, those teams Hobart seem to get a little bit better. I don't know what that is. Maybe they play a little bit looser.
Yeah,
Maybe
I've
that's what
always
it
wondered that too. You dump a coach like you're trash, and when then you get this new coach along like, hey, I kind of like this guy. He's helping us win.
is.
It just or sometimes when a new coach comes in, you're off. You're off a bit because sometimes the chemistry takes a while to develop.
Hmm.
Because I might think new coach coming in. Okay, this scares me a bit. I
Yeah.
mean, just to go off the rails a little bit. Um, well, the Knicks have a new coach. They fired Tom Thibodeau after they lost in the playoffs, which they had no reason to do that because they took them to the highest level in 25 years. And just because you lost in Game 6 finals, you fire the guy for what? For what opportunities do
Yeah.
you have? Didn't you have one?
Yeah.
So
Well, yeah.
you got a
So
new coach. You're like, yeah,
a
no.
lot of new coaches. If you guys saw James Franklin on game day this
Yes,
past
I heard.
Saturday, and he of course he's still fresh and he felt some kind of way. You kind of feel his pain when he was talking, but he tried to keep it PC. But Nick Saban kind of jumped in and was like, "No, I said for you. This man has done all these things in 12 years for you. You could at least just plant this thing out for the rest of the season, but give him that much respect." But I mean, I don't know, man. Penn State's been Penn State. They lost 2-3 games or something, and so but I don't know. I mean, the big games, Penn State, but they've been losing the small games too. So it's not just the big games for Penn State. So they got a couple of problems going on there. But look, somebody will bring on James Franklin. He's a good coach. Somebody will bring him on, and he'll find a good spot and have them competitive. I'm not even worried about that guy. I still think he's a good coach. And so we'll talk more Georgia, Florida next week in preparation for that going on. And what's that tea party called? What's that party called? Hover? What's that?
The
What do you
what
call that
now?
tea? Georgia, Florida. What do they call that tea party? What is the
Oh, the world's largest cocktail. Yeah.
cocktail? Not tea. World's
Yeah, yeah.
world's largest cocktail party. Yeah, yeah,
I've heard of that.
yeah, yeah.
I was gonna say just the Florida Georgia line, but forget it.
Yeah, he about old, man. Look. So look, guys, we got some pretty good games on the slate this week. We got Syracuse coming to Atlanta to play Georgia Tech. That game's at noon. We got Ole Miss going to Oklahoma, so they don't want to have two losses in a row. Oklahoma's already got a loss. That game's at noon, so something's got to give. So I would love to see that game. Texas A&M is going to visit LSU. That's a night game. So, I mean, don't put dirt over LSU just yet. We'll be watching. And Missouri's going to go to Vanderbilt. That'll be a 3:30 kickoff, guys. Any thoughts on those matchups coming up? Oh, matter of fact, let me go back. I'm going to get your thoughts right now. Syracuse and Georgia Tech. Who wins that game? Steve?
I'm going with Georgia Tech. They got the hot hand.
Yes, sir. Who you going with, Blue, in that matchup?
Give me GT.
All right. Hover, who you got?
I'm going with Georgia Tech in this one.
All right. All of us are going Georgia Tech in this one, man. I don't see how they lose this game at home. All right. We got Ole Miss going to Oklahoma. Steve, who you got?
Well, watching Ole Miss quarterback, I mean, they're going to Oklahoma. Man, I'm in the air, but I'm gonna still go Ole Miss, even though they're going in their territory. But I'm gonna go with Ole Miss.
All right. Lou, who you got in this matchup?
I'm gonna go Ole Miss myself.
Hover.
Ole Miss.
Wow. No upset special, huh?
No
Yeah.
upset special, not yet.
I'm not a believer in Oklahoma, man. I think Lane Kiffin's gonna find a way to kick butt. So all of us just got Ole Miss in this one. All right, Steve. Texas A&M is going to LSU. It's a night game. Who's got that one?
I was thinking Texas A&M, but you said it's a night game, so let's try LSU.
Woo, upset special. We finally got one. Upset special. Lou, who you got in this between Texas A&M and LSU?
I think I got Texas A&M.
All right, let's go. All right, Hopper, who you have in this one?
Upset special, LSU.
Oh, go it, man. We can't have 3 upset specials, man. That's gonna be my
No.
Hey
upset
man, LSU is pissed about that loss
Yes,
against
they are.
Vandy, so they're gonna be ready to bring the wood. So I'm going with LSU in that one.
Yeah, man. Texas A&M, they gave up 42 points to Arkansas the week before, so I don't think they're gonna shore up that defense in a week. So there's that. So I'm going LSU in the upset night game and the goalposts coming down and all that kind of crazy stuff. So last pick, guys, we got Missouri is traveling to Vandy. That's a 3:30 game. Who you got, Steve?
Woo, man, it's a toss up, but Vandy's been showing out, so I'm gonna go with Vandy.
Who you got in this one, Lou?
Vandy.
Over.
I'm going with Vandy, man.
Yeah, I'm with y'all, man. I'm going with Vandy with this one at home too. As long as that quarterback stays healthy. And I know that Missouri has a very strong running game, and it's pretty good running game. But I don't know, man. They still got to stop Vandy. I think Vandy's got a lot in the mix, man. I think they finally got to where they need to be. So I'm going Vandy in that one, man. So that's what's going on. So look, guys, we making some good time. I see when Steve come on the show, we make good time. I don't know what's up with that. But look, guys, NFL, we're in the NFL segment of the show right now, guys. So few key games, guys. Bengals, Edge, Steelers, Lions. They got down on the Bucks 24-9. Cowboys finally win a game. They beat the Commanders with a hurt. Daniels got hurt in that game. We can talk some more about that. I'm just doing a quick run through. The Broncos shocked the Giants. That was a shocker. That was a tough game right there. Giants thought they had that one. The Panthers over the Jets. Yeah. Sorry about that, Lou. And the 49ers rolled the Falcons. So
I think the biggest shock of all had to be, the Broncos coming back to beat the Giants. I mean, you don't score for 3 quarters, all of a sudden you go in this onslaught offense and just embarrass the Giants, who look like a short victory, and then out of nowhere you score 33 points. The Giants missed 2 extra points, which I think really did them in, but nobody expected them to come back from that.
Yeah,
just like a total collapse. All in just 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, of course. Now like you and Hovind know about my little number here, but Steve doesn't. So you know I'm going with this, right?
Going to get it, Lou.
Go ahead, Lou.
Giants. Ready?
I'm ready.
You suck.
Hey, Lou. I'm gonna add to it. Here's the one I always do. Boom, 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 boom.
If you Knicks fans out there, they won their first game.
Oh boy, you're right, man. So, but look, guys, any more of those games that stood out over the weekend? We're gonna talk about the Falcons in a few, but any more of those games that stood out, like the Lions? I mean, I thought it was a good matchup between the Lions and the Bucks going into it, but I didn't know that the Lions were gonna do that to them. So
exactly,
I didn't see that. And the bad thing about that is Evans just got back. Mike Evans just got back in the game and got hurt again with a broken clavicle. God almighty, no.
Yeah, and I got him on my fantasy team.
Ooh. Speaking of which, I think you're leading in the fantasy league. Aren't you leading in the fantasy league?
Yeah, so far hanging on.
No, he ain't hanging on. He being modest. Hope we're gonna win the league this year, y'all.
Okay.
He gonna win the league, man. Look, if I can't get it, my homie got to get it, man. So it's like, look, I'm far from it, man. All my teams sucked this year. I started off kind of all right, and after week 3, all my teams shot to hell. So I'm done already. So I'm So I'm just
Hey,
pulling for hope.
well, Brad, I don't mean to poo-poo on it. I play you this week, so
I
you know.
suck. Da da
Look.
da 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 da. We suck. Da, 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 da. We suck. We suck. Don't worry about it. I ain't even got a quarterback, man. I ain't got. I mean, literally,
Yeah.
I
Well,
probably won't have a
Who's
quarterback.
for the full chair?
I mean, Jaden Daniels was my quarterback, and so he's hurt. He won't be playing Sunday. And then Trevor Lawrence was my backup, but they got a bye week. So I tried to pick up a quarterback, but I may not get him. So I may not have a quarterback this week going in. So my it's a wrap, man, just like that. So I'm just trying not to get fined. That's all. I'm not trying to win. I'm trying to try not to get fined. That's all I'm trying to do. So look, man, you can start your your what you call it, your bench and still win. I ain't gonna put up no fight this week. I ain't gonna even try. It be that way sometimes. But any rate, sometimes it be that way in fantasy league, guys. Sometimes you got bad years, sometimes you got okay years. It be that way. The life of fantasy league. But the Cowboys beat the Commanders, man. I mean, they put 44. It's funny because they scored 44 points. They had a good game against Washington. Washington's having some trouble. They're an injured team. And, I've seen an article talking about, are the Cowboys a championship team? What?
Okay.
Man, it'd be killing me, man. It'd be killing me, man, on this. Look, man, it's a game. So just be happy. Cowboys got a game against a rival team in the division. Let's not move too fast. You still got the Eagles, and you still got, the Giants the Giants are looking up. They're trending upwards. And so, so the Cowboys just gotta hold on. So look, guys, Steve.
Hey.
Tell me about these Falcons, man. Why did the Falcons lose against the 49ers? Falcons lost that game. The game was close. It was 13-10 up until the fourth quarter. And it just got away from them, man. And so why did the Falcons lose that game against 49ers?
I think it's mentality. I think it's we get out coached a lot. Our head coach don't make the critical decisions that he should make in the game under pressure. And I just sometimes I don't know. I mean, it's like an unlucky penny sometimes. seem like we have this conversation every year. What in the world? Come on, Falcons. At least we're sharing the 31-0 with the Raiders. We don't own that by ourselves.
Oh my God.
But we should have a bounce back against Miami. I mean, Miami locker room, Tua lost the locker room. They lost the locker room along with some injury. So we should be able to take care of Miami. We play Miami pretty good, even with the when they have a good team. We pretty much take care of business with Miami, just like Miami usually get the Patriots.
Yeah, I don't want to be the get right team for Miami. So
I know, right?
So I mean, we had some key injuries. I mean, Penix, he got some kind of weird thing that nobody kind of knows what it is, like behind or the knee or something. I don't know. He just got an injured leg, but he's gonna play. And so it's a real, Kirk Cousins got a lot of fans in Atlanta, and his fans tried to make it a thing, to where take Penix out, this, that, and the other. And all I'm saying is that Penix is still a rookie. He's only had 9 games in his entire professional career. And as a rookie, the best of quarterbacks have had ups and downs their rookie year, mostly downs. Look at Peyton Manning. He sucked his first year.
True.
And so a lot of quarterbacks come through. A lot of them don't come out there, throwing darts and making all the right decisions. And so you got to be patient. I told people when we drafted him, I think he's a very good quarterback. He's got a lot of potential, but you have to be patient. And nobody wants to hear that. And nobody wants to be patient here. Matthews still has an injury. He had an injury going into the game. And Diablo, I think we lost Diablo, our linebacker, probably one of our better defensive players for the year. I think he got like a fractured forearm. And I've had a fractured forearm in my life before, unfortunately, as an adult. It was painful. I couldn't do nothing. I couldn't drive. I couldn't do nothing. Fractured is broken. I don't know why they call it. It wasn't a clean break. That's why they didn't call it a break. But the bone actually splits, and it comes apart a little bit. Some are worse than others. Sometimes it's compounded in two different places. But luckily mine was just like a simple split. And so I just had to just kind of stay off and take a whole lot of pain pills, because it swell up. So with a big guy like that, I know it's going to take longer for him. I hate that for the Falcons on the defensive side because he made a huge difference, and that was a key acquisition for us. So we're going to miss him. But next man up. Hover, real quick, I'm not going to say mine yet. Why did the Falcons lose?
I think they didn't make the right adjustments. I think and that kind of goes to coaching, right?
Mhm.
And hell, Brad, just keeping it simple, man. They got out coached. I mean, I think the personnel played as best as they could play, but when you don't make the right adjustments, that goes to coaching. I think Raheem he's gonna take this one as a lesson learned. I mean, I don't like Shanahan. But at the end of the day, he can
Mhm.
coach.
He can coach.
He
That's
he
true.
can
He can
coach.
coach.
And if I had to take Shanahan or Raheem, I'd definitely go Shanahan's way. So
Yeah.
um, that's what I think. That's what happened. He just got out coached, man.
Yeah. This is it. I'll keep it real simple, man. I just think that they deboed us on both sides of the ball. I think the
Yeah,
49ers was just more physical. That's it.
yeah, I agree with that too. They definitely won the line of scrimmage. So
And when
no doubt
they
about that.
kick it, and so when they kick your butt in the trenches and you don't respond, I don't care what the coaches is calling. It ain't gonna work. It don't matter what the coach is calling. We resorted to trick plays and everything, man. And it's like it didn't work because these guys were just getting deboed up and down the field. You couldn't run the ball because the line was getting whooped. And so you couldn't pass. Penix didn't have time to pass the ball. He didn't have all day to sit back there and pat and survey and let these big plays. There were big plays drawn up, but they didn't work because it was on Penix's ass because the line was
Yeah.
getting whooped all day. And
Yeah,
so how do you fix that? Well, you got to man up. You got to look at yourself in the mirror and say, look, my butt got kicked today, but it won't get kicked tomorrow. I got to take this out on the next team we see. That's it. And the X's and O's will happen. Now, I didn't like the fact, the coaching mishap on the 3rd and 13, and the Falcons got 10 players out there on the field. And so Albrecht took full responsibility of that, but I don't put that on my defensive coach. Who's my captain? So a lot of times, Jesse Bates, which is a team captain, that's his responsibility on every play to make sure he count everybody on the field, and if not, timeout or get somebody over there. That, regardless of the coverage. At least when I played football, Steve, am I wrong or am I just talking smack? Is do the players have some culpability on numbers? Who should be at 10 players, 9 players, 12 players? Is it all the coach, or do the players have some culpability on that?
I'd say it's both. The coach
Mm-hmm.
and the players have some culpability. You're correct.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. So that was self-inflicted wounds
Yeah.
that caused the game, along with being out coached.
That's all. Y'all see me. That's all I'm saying. I agree.
well, hey, Steve said it. All I say, Steve said a mouthful on that one. So
Yeah,
yeah,
he did. Well, he did because all of a lot of the fans are gonna, everybody put it on the coach, and then the coach, like a leader does, the coach just took responsibility and say, hey, it's on me. Which it's on you, but all of it's not on you.
Yeah,
And
well, yeah.
so I think a portion of it, if your team captain miss it because he got a lot going on, he probably just got his head rattled. And so you got to have his back too in case he misses it. But I just think that first line is my safety got to be counting, and my team captain's got to be counting. You got to know who's missing on this play. So if you don't know somebody, you already beat if you don't realize you ain't got everybody on the field that you're supposed to have. Jesus, man. So at any rate, that was my little 2 cents in terms of what's going on with the Falcons. You look, man, you gotta flush this, you gotta flush it. It's frustrating when you lose, but I think that when you lose this kind of way and when you just get beat up, McCaffrey was great in this game, guys. He was great in this game. He heard all the talk about the little youngin, Bijan Robinson. Okay, best player in the league, yards from scrimmage. Okay, let's go. And he got the best of that matchup. So, much credit, Lou, to CMC. I think when healthy, he's still top tier, man. He's still top tier. He proved that. So guys, let's move forward and get some preview for some key games for this weekend. So Falcons got the Dolphins, and we talked about that a little bit. So Falcons, Dolphins, Steve, who wins and why?
I think the Falcons can win. I think the Dolphins, their mental state, the locker room tour, lost the room. Their coach is on the way out. So I think the Falcons are a better team even with the injuries.
It's a home game too.
Exactly, and the home field advantage. That's correct.
Yep. And Falcons don't play well on the road outside. And even the one little loss, they do play better at home.
Correct.
So Lou, who you got in this matchup and why if you want to comment on
that? I've been very disappointed with the Dolphins this year. I thought they were going to do better. I mean, their defense hasn't done anything. It's almost as bad as the Jets. So I'm going to go with the Dirty Birds. I mean, because although they're not nothing to write home about, they certainly have been playing a lot better than the Fish.
Yeah. Who you got in this matchup?
Yeah, I gotta go with the Falcons, man. Miami. I don't see it.
Yeah. Normally I would go with the other team. Well, no, I wouldn't because the trend. Yeah. But I think Falcons get this game. And I think that the Dolphins gonna have to be that get right team for the Falcons, and so I got Falcons in this one too. So I think I think the running game gets back on par, and I think that just pay attention to the defense. I hope that we're a little bit deeper than I imagine. So look for the defense and see what we do against Tua. All right, guys, moving on. We got Jets going to the Bengals, man. Who wins that game? Steve.
I say Flacco gonna take care of business. Justin Fields, I think he's gonna probably sit out, but I'm gonna go with Cincinnati.
Yeah, you guys hear about what the coach said about Justin Fields, man? Jesus, man. He just blasted his quarterback. Anybody quarterback rating, my goodness. What owner says that about his own player to the press? Are you kidding me? All right, I digress. Lou, who do you have in this matchup, the Jets or the Bengals?
With Justin Fields out, I think it might be the best thing to do for the Jets, so I think I'm going to go with them.
Yeah.
Rod Taylor, okay.
Rod Taylor, let's go.
Rod Taylor.
Who you got in this matchup, Hope?
Yeah, man. I gotta go with Lou, man. I mean, I don't, I like Justin Fields, but who knows? I mean, I'm going with the Jets.
Yeah, I'm going with the line on this one, man. I think something about Flacco in there, man. I'm going Bengals at home. Yeah, the line is Bengals by 6.5 in this one. Giants.
Too much.
the Giants are going to Philly to play the Eagles. Who you got in this one, Steve?
I'm going with Philly. They show up. They what we had 3 touchdown passes last week. Phenomenal. Yeah, and they're in the Philly Stadium. That's a
Yeah.
green Santa Claus right there. Let's go with Philly.
All right. Lou, who you have in this one?
Philly gets their revenge on the Giants. And after last week's game, I think anything is possible. If they have
Yeah.
a 60-0 lead, they'll blow it 61-60 in the fourth quarter. The question is, when do the Giants turn on the choke signal?
Oh my goodness.
Uh,
Who you got in this one, Homer?
oh man, I'm going going with the Eagles. Speaking of green, I'm going with the Grinch stole Christmas.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I think it'll be a tough game for the Eagles.
Or here's a who.
Yeah, the line is Eagles by 7.5. They're not gonna get spread. I think the Eagles win by 3 or 4 in this one. The Bucks against the Aints. They are going to the Big Easy to play the Aints. Who you got in this one, Steve?
You know what? This is a divisional game, so it can sway either way. I'm gonna say the Saints gonna come marching in. I'm gonna go with the Saints. I'm going with the upset.
Woo,
And we need the
upset
Bucks to
special.
lose something. We need to gain some ground.
Got that right. You got enough injuries to lose. Who you got in this matchup, Lou? Bucks or Saints?
Bucks.
You got the Bucks. Who you got in this one, Homer?
I'm going with the upset special. I'm going with the Aints.
Yeah, well, they got the line is the Bucks by 4.5. I think Bucks find a way to win this game with a last minute field goal by 1. They just been just the luckiest team ever, man. So they got to take their little angst out since they got their butts kicked against the Lions, man. They got to go in here and watch these angst. So I think the Bucks kind of take it out on them. All right, last game to pick, guys. We got the Cowboys that are visiting the Broncos, man. Who you got, Steve?
Bo Nix is surprising me. I mean, I remember Auburn. I know Oregon. I'm gonna go with Bo. I don't know if Bo knows, but I think I'm gonna go with Bo. I'm gonna go with Denver.
All right, good deal. Who you got in this matchup, Lou?
Cowboys.
Cowboys. Who you got in this matchup, Hover?
I'm going with the Cowboys, man. I like upset special. I'm going to Cowboys.
Ooh, upset special. I am going Broncos in this one, man. The line is close. I think they only gave the Broncos 3.5 because they're at home. So basically, they're saying that this is going to be even, and Vegas believes in the Cowboys. But I just think the Broncos defense is so good, man. I think the defense gonna make plays when they need to. And Sean Payton's tough, man. He's tough to beat, man. I think with Bo Nix, believe it or not, I think he's found his stride, just like with Drew Brees. So I think he's gonna coach his way to it. I just think it'll be a better coach game, better prepared. That's all. And that's what we got. So that's it, fellas. We made good time tonight, man. I don't know what Steve's doing, man, but come back.
Come back.
Oh, good deal. Glad you could join the show tonight, Steve.
Yeah,
appreciate
glad to
it,
be
Steve.
on. Glad to be on. I had a good time.
Yes, sir. So Lou, take us home, brother.
All right. This is especially because Steve doesn't know about this that much, but I have a show called the Enhanced Sports Show. Where it's on Saturdays 4 to 6 p.m. That's Eastern time. It's a call-in number. It's a live show. Number is 512-543-4662. We handle a variety of sports topics. This week we're going to be covering the World Series. We'll recap Game 1. And we'll take a look at what's happened throughout the rest of the series. NFL, NBA opening week, as it's off to a doozy so far. I mean, if the start of this was a bang, I can't imagine what the rest of the season is going to be like. NBA as well. Actually, I have a WNBA news article I'm going to share because this just came off the wire about a few hours ago, so I will take care of that. And NHL as well. Also, we have features such as your thoughts and comments, which are always welcome, Steve. We have the ridiculous item of the week, which I found one yesterday. Sports trivia, this date in sports history, the light sports story of the week, and that time of the month where we do the best and worst of the month, and this will be the best and worst of October. I think we got a few here and there. So don't forget the number. It's 512-543-4662. Like and share our page, and we are on Facebook Live.
Awesome. Thanks so much for joining the show, Lou. We appreciate it, brother.
My pleasure, fellas.
Yeah.
Thanks,
And
Lou.
on that note, we
All
are
right, Lou.
going to see y'all next week. Next week, same time, same channel. Red Hole
Bad
Show.
channel.
Speak on it.
Speak on it.